Alright, so Xbox just showed that one of their biggest games coming out, The Outer Worlds 2, is going to come out in a box with no disc. Just a code. Xbox continues quietly abandoning physical games. The Outer Worlds 2 is the latest game to get a disc version for PS5, but just a code on Xbox. And this is actually starting to piss me off at this point. And I always thought it wouldn't matter to me. I saw people like Penguin or anybody else talk about this concept and I was like, whatever, bro, keep it going. Like, I agreed with them always, but it's one of those things that, all right, whatever. I think they were right, guys. I think people that didn't care, we should start caring because it's getting really annoying. Let's take it back for a second. Forget The Outer Worlds 2. Take it back. I read books, right? I've been talking about this in my other videos. The book is physical. Now, not only does it have the good old smell of a book, but let's say you don't care about what's written in it. You care about this. Let's say you don't even care about the feel. You care about the art at least. Or at least, hey, look, man, I care about the art at least. So I like that it has the original art on it. It looks cool. It puts me in a vibe when I look at it. I put it in a bookshelf. I look at it from afar and it's more enticing to read, right? Kind of like this box has a design. This is a box to build a one-piece boat. Imagine if I opened the box and it was empty. It was a code. It was a picture. Actually, hey, look, we printed a picture of a fucking boat. So I'll give you a box. So you open the box and you look at the picture. And this is what Sony did right. Now, here's the thing. This is very important. Now, it's the same with games. It's kind of the same thing. Whenever I hold the game, I'm able to kind of look at it physically, and it gives a vibe. There's no real reason to it, all right? There's no like actual big, deep reasoning other than the ones I'm about to give you soon. So hold up. But for now, it's just a vibe. It's like a sentimental value. It's not just about collecting. It's about like a present. It's when you look around, I could technically be in an empty room, right? I could just have a computer, a monitor, a mic, and a camera, and that would be enough. But I still decide to put kind of like a vibe to my room. My room's kind of messy still. I'm working on it. But you understand that I could have a vibe to the room just for how I feel. Outer Worlds is not even like a huge live service game. We're not talking about like Bungie game or like a 2K, just a sports game or whatever. I know a lot of people love those games. It's completely fine. But I'm just saying, we're talking about like a AA game. This is still supposed to be artsy. It's supposed to be one of those, ooh, meaningful games. I've never played it. I've never played it. I want to play The Outer Worlds. But from what I know, it's one of those personal feeling, in touch, cool exploration, nice, arty, whatever. I don't know how to describe it. It's those games, right? And I can't even say if this is their fault or if this is Microsoft's fault. I think it's Microsoft's because clearly PlayStation has both versions, digital and physical. So I'm assuming this is a Microsoft issue. But we usually expect massive like franchises to chase these like margins of, oh, we saved a little bit on a disc here. They're still making the box. I know probably the disc is more expensive than the box, I'm guessing, but like just charge a bit less for the digital version and charge a regular price for the disc version that you've already been charging forever. And look, I've done the haters' work for them. I have all the arguments for you guys against me. At the end of the day, why does it matter, right? When I read the book, it doesn't really matter. I just read the letters. If I'm like playing a game, what matters is the game. And there's a lot of like Steam games, like smaller games that actually have the digital version because they don't have the money for it. But I know that this is not the case for that. There is no case. There's no fucking disc. Now, all right. Let's look at it from a wider view, a bigger angle. Let's see how many games in general are sold. Okay, well, actually, wait. I don't know how many games are sold, but let's see how much less discs have been sold. For the past couple of years, all right, 2021, we're down by 50% since 2021. Now you might say again, who gives a shit, right? Like, some people buy it, some people don't buy it. Probably the reason it's down is because people don't buy it. And hey, look, I'm a hypocrite. I'll agree with you. I've also bought games digitally. I'm okay with that. But I'm starting to think that whenever I didn't care and some other people didn't care and you would see all these YouTubers talk about it, maybe we should have cared. Because I think it's time for us to actually care, because it's gonna completely go in this direction anyways. Whether we like it or not, everything will become digitalized, but at least we could hold on to some things that we liked. And I feel like The Outer Worlds is one of those games that's 2K games let's say, they're great. And there is a lot of them that people love. Like a lot of them, like, oh, wow, I remember NBA 2K11. I used to play it when I was young. It's like one of my childhood memories. Fine. But there's a new one every year. It's one of those, it just keeps going forever. The Outer Worlds, there will be 1, 2, maybe a 3. Eventually, it's going to stop. So if that one game really struck you and you only had an Xbox and the Outer Worlds 2 was one of the games you were expecting to have, well, guess what, buddy? Get the code and fuck off. Move on, next. So it's a lot of games. It's not just indies anymore. It's not just, at some point, the bigger AAA games that have the budget, that have the money to make these games even in disc version just won't. Because why waste the money, right? Because nobody cares. That's why we should care, so they don't do this. Because I know that millions of people would actually like to. And have you ever thought of the fact that maybe if something were to happen to a server, I don't know, nuke hit the server places, I don't know, wherever everything happens, right? No internet connection or whatever, you can't play it. Like, you paid for the game, and if the company just, like, I think Ubisoft did this at some point. Look at this post. Ubisoft has insisted that buying a game doesn't give players unfettered ownership rights to it, only a limited license to access the game. And it's getting people to actually maybe want to, I don't know, pirate games, because if you don't own the game, then you see where this is going. I'm not saying that Outer Worlds is going to do this. I'm not saying Microsoft will necessarily do this. But I'm saying that that's the risk. If anything were to ever happen to your little fragile digital version of a game, well, you can't play it anymore. You're cooked. There's nothing else you can do. You just don't have the game. Whereas if I want with my physical PlayStation version to do the game, I just take that, and let's say something happened to this or whatever the fuck. I buy a PlayStation, I take the game, and I know, look, they can probably access the games through disc versions too, but I'm just saying there's still an ownership to it that you have, that you have more control over, and it's yours. You have it in your hand. It's yours. They can't do anything unless they send someone to take it from you, but they won't. So overall, man, this is annoying. It's like having a picture. It's like having like, look at my room. Like, Link is there, One Piece is here, more One Piece is there. I have my books. I have so many things that I like, and for me, games are in the same category. It has a certain meaning, and I'm sure a lot of you guys relate as well. I would like to know what y'all think about this, because in general, yeah, this game is in a code instead of a disc, but it means something to me, and I'd like to know what it means to you guys. Do you guys care? Does anybody care? Everyone's moving towards convenience, towards speed, towards, I could have had nothing in this room except I wouldn't even need a camera, honestly. I could have just had a microphone and spoken, but there's a certain purpose to whatever I have made. And I feel like with the whole convenience thing, people are forgetting that, hey, things have meaning. I can look at this certain box maybe that I built today in 2025, and then later down the line in 2029, 2030, look back to it and be like, wow, whew, I remember the good old days. But I won't with a digital version of anything because, well, I won't see it anymore. It's gone. And if I would ever want to replay it, and let's say I don't have my code, I don't have my Xbox for some reason, I don't know anything, well, I don't have a disc either. And you can't download from the same code, from what I know, more than once. So, because or else then people would just share the code with everyone, right? So that's it. It's done. You can't, you had that one code, it's gone now. You want it again, buy it again. Too bad. And you know how before I said that we're down by 50%, right? If you look at it from 2008 until 2025, it's down by 85%. So from 2008 until 2021, it was 35% below. Right? That's generic math. Generic, like, hey guys, I'm not a genius here, but 35%. In just 4 years, they've more than doubled. Okay, yeah, you can clearly see I'm not a math guy. No, they haven't more than doubled it, but still, instead of 35% from 2008 to 2021, it's been another 50%. By 2030, it's going to be like 1% left. Nobody's going to be buying digital versions anymore. Or at least if they wanted to, well, they can't. You're going to have to pay maybe like $100 more just to have a flappy little disc. Anyways, this was me getting angry, but I would like to know what y'all think. Look, I was one of the people that never really took it seriously. I didn't care. And to a certain point, I still don't. Like, technically, this isn't one of the biggest worries of my life. People don't have food and water, right, in the world. This isn't the most immense problem that I could have. Like, I'm not going to start complaining, oh, I couldn't play my game in a physical version. I'm still playing the game. So, look, I'm happy about it. But just like when you look at a book and they know that when you open it, it's just blank. Well, it's not blank. It's just words with no pictures. They at least do something here sometimes, right? It's kind of like the same thing. It's like, you know the game is in the box, but you'd still like to have the game in your hands, feel it. If you don't care, you don't care, that's fine. But if you do care, you should have the option. So for now, I'm sticking with Sony. I like it more in general. It falls better with my personal beliefs and my morals. Now look, they're multi-billion-dollar companies. They don't give a shit at the end of the day. They're all trying to make money. So yeah, let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, and share. I said my videos are going to be going more in the direction of stuff that I care about, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I care about this and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So yeah, on that note, Genat's out. Peace.